What is up, YouTube? Today we're talking about house hacking, what it is, how it can help you get wealthy, and why it's just freaking awesome. Let's hit it. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Drew Matheson. I'm a real estate agent and investor here in the Triad, North Carolina. And currently I am sitting in my second house hack. It's a duplex that I just purchased. That's why I've got all the moving boxes. I'm furnishing both units. One will be on Airbnb and one I'm actually gonna be living in. So to explain what house hacking actually is and define it, it is the ability to buy a home with a low down payment loan, live in part of the property, whether that be in one of the 4 units or one of the bedrooms of a single family house. However you want to structure it, that's totally fine. In the event to rent out the extra space in hopes to cover all of the mortgage payment or live very cheaply every month so that you can save money. So that's what it is. There's many different options you can do. My first one, I bought a 4-bedroom house, lived in one of the
I lived in one of the bathrooms.
So I lived in one of the extra bedrooms and rented out the other ones, was able to cover my mortgage. Here, I'm gonna be able to live much more comfortably. I'll have my own unit and I'll rent out the other unit, and that should cover pretty much all of my mortgage. Actually should maybe be able to make a little bit of money with doing the short-term rentals. So that is what house hacking is. The term came from Bigger Pockets. I believe Brandon Turner came up with it. But basically just how to hack your housing so you can live cheaply. That's what we're all about, so we can save more money to buy more property. So the first way that why it's awesome, why it can help you build wealth, is because you can use a low down payment owner occupied loan. So there's several different loan options that you have. The first being an FHA loan, most common, used for like first time home buyers. Not necessarily always for a first time home buyer. I use an FHA loan on this one. But what it does is you put 3.5% down, which is awesome. You can also do a conventional 97, which is 3% down. You can do a 5% down conventional. And if you're a veteran, you can use a 0% down VA loan to buy a house hack. Wouldn't that be epic? So your ability to buy that house with a low down payment is you can get in these deals and buy a rental property with, $8 grand. I mean, that's huge to be able to buy a rental property with low money down. So you can buy more property quicker, or if you just don't have much money, you can get into one as quick as possible, and that's how you start building that equity, right? The second thing is that it's lower risk. I mean, if you can afford that mortgage payment if it's vacant, if it's fully vacant, then you can't really lose on that investment because you're buying something that you can afford yourself, and it's just, you can have your cake and eat it too if the rent is covering the mortgage, right? So it's very low risk. It's like investing with training wheels, so it's freaking awesome. And you can't really screw it up. The third thing is that you can save a ridiculous amount of money. So think about it now. If you're sitting there paying rent right now for $750 to $1,000 a month, so just say $1,000 makes my math easy. So say you're renting for $1,000 a month and you have the ability to completely get rid of that. And that's $12,000 in 1 year that you're able to save by doing a house hack. Well, think about that. I just said that you could use 8 to 10 grand to buy a house with that low down payment loan, right? So it gives you the ability to save the rent that you would be paying and put that down on your second house hack after you buy that first one. Boom, there you go. You're snowballing these rental properties with low money down loans. It's freaking awesome. So the fourth thing is that you get great interest rates, better interest rates than buying in an LLC. So you're buying in your personal name. You can switch them over to an LLC later, all that fun stuff. So don't overthink that, just freaking buy real estate. So using these loans, you're gonna get better interest rates than buying in an LLC. Typically right now we're seeing about 3.5%. It's gonna go up. Everything's changing in 2022. That's not what this video is about, but you can get better loans, better terms on your lending, and it's just pretty sweet. So these are the 4 things why house hacking is awesome, how it helps you build your wealth over time, because you can keep snowballing these low down payment loans and moving. Yes, it does get kind of tough and it kind of sucks. I'm gonna tell that story here just after that, but those are those 4 awesome ways. I'm glad you stay tuned for that. Now let's talk about some deals. So the first deal that I did was, like I said, 4-bedroom house. Bought it $195, purchased it, put a little bit of money into the renovation. I just did a video about doing how I did that with the low down payment and then using a credit card for the renovation. Go back and watch that video. Gonna give you some more examples of that. Bought a 4-bedroom house, lived in one of the bedrooms, rented out the other ones. My mortgage payment was $11.50 a month. I was bringing in $1,300. So after we split the utilities 4 ways, I was living for like $20 a month. Can't beat that. Sold the property for $295 later, made a handsome profit, was able to roll that into other properties and obviously into the property that I'm sitting in now. So this one is actually a new construction duplex. Bought it, purchase price $250,000. Mortgage payment's gonna end up, the interest rates went up, so my interest rate is 3.75 and my mortgage payment's gonna be about $1,600. So I'm living in one side. I'm gonna actually put the other side on Airbnb. I was originally gonna do short-term like travel nurses for like 3-month stays, but talk to people that are much smarter than me and doing Airbnbs in Greensboro, and they're like, dude, you're at the perfect location, 5 minutes from the Coliseum, 5 minutes to downtown. You're gonna be in a position where people are gonna be traveling a lot and it'll work out great. So I'm gonna do that. I'm expecting to bring in around $2,500 and then I'll have all those expenses. So I'm thinking that like net it'll be probably $1,700. So I'll be covering my mortgage and maybe making $50 a month. Nothing spectacular, but the ability for me to save that much money every single month is just ridiculous. I have no living expenses hardly at all. So I can put back that money and do this again. So that is why house hacking is freaking awesome.